Welcome to Terry's Diverse Horizons, a place where we explore faith, history, culture, and the big questions with honesty, wit, and sometimes a dose of uncomfortable truth. If you find value here, I humbly ask that you share these videos with others, because knowledge and understanding grow when they're passed along. And don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps this channel reach more people and keeps these conversations alive. Today we're diving into a question most Christians are too polite to ask out loud. Who's more dangerous to us? Radical Muslims or moderate Muslims? The quick answer: radicals threaten your life. Moderates threaten your faith. And if you think only one of them is the problem, you might already be falling asleep in the lion's den. At 1, the radical Muslim obviousness. Radical Muslims are easy to spot. They march in the streets, burn flags, shout slogans, and sometimes blow themselves up. Their hostility toward Christians is clear as day. If they could, they'd happily turn every cathedral into rubble. Hypocritical take. At least they're honest. The radical says, convert or die. And, well, that saves you the trouble of guessing where you stand. At 2, the moderate Muslim comfort zone. Moderates, on the other hand, are polite. They invite you to dinner, they say Islam means peace, and they'll condemn radicals on TV. But here's the catch. They still quietly believe Christians are wrong about Jesus, and they still uphold a book that, if applied literally, would reduce Christians to second-class citizens. Hypocritical take. They won't throw a stone at you, but they'll support the law that allows someone else to. At 3, the wolf in sheep's clothing. Radicals are wolves in wolf's clothing, violent, obvious, and easy to resist. Moderates, however, are wolves in sheep's clothing. They blend in, reassure you that Islam is peace, and normalize the very ideology radicals rely on. Without moderates creating the illusion of harmlessness, radicals would have no cover. Hypocritical take. Christians fear the bomb, but maybe the friendly smile is the bigger threat, because it opens the church door for the wolf. At 4, influence through numbers. Radicals may be a minority, but moderates are the majority. Their strength isn't violence, but influence. They change laws, reshape culture, and normalize Islamic ideals in politics, education, and society. Radicals might break buildings, but moderates can reshape entire nations. Hypocritical take. One radical bomber destroys a church. 1 million moderates quietly vote to replace it with a mosque. Which is more effective in the long run? At 5, the silent endorsement. Moderates often claim they reject extremism, but watch closely. They rarely condemn radical teachings outright. Instead, they say, that's not real Islam, which ironically shields Islam itself from criticism. In defending the faith, even against its most violent followers, moderates unwittingly empower the radicals. Hypocritical take. If a Christian pastor saw a cult misusing the Bible, he'd call them out by name. If a Muslim sees radicals misuse the Quran, he blames the West. Spot the difference. At 6, the body versus the soul. Radicals target the body. They can unalive you physically. Moderates target the soul. They slowly erode the faith. Which is worse? For Christians, the body dies anyway, but losing faith means eternal loss. Hypocritical take. Maybe Christians should fear less the sword that cuts flesh and more the whisper that bends doctrine. So, who's more dangerous for Christians? Radicals or moderates? Radicals unalive the body. Moderates unalive the faith. One kills quickly, the other kills quietly. And if history teaches us anything, it's that the quiet threats are usually the ones that last longest. This is Terry's Diverse Horizons. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because these conversations matter. And remember, Christians survived lions, emperors, and swords. But the test of moderates may be the hardest yet. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching and being part of this journey. Stay safe, stay strong, and above all, stay humble.